Okay, I wasn't sure who was on and who wasn't. If anyone's just coming on, we're on intermission. A few more minutes on intermission. Make sure you have a full drink and stretched legs. We're gonna go from 8:50 p.m. Eastern until 9:30. I will see you in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I have started the recording, so good evening and welcome to the Market Watch Group Working Sessions Part 2, the intermediate/advanced session. Thank you, Glenn, for a riveting session as always, making sure that basic concepts are covered in great detail and that you have the opportunity to ask any question. Any question. That is specifically reserved time. So that if you are on your very first day and you're like, what is a bid ask? This is the no judgment zone. Even in the second half, no judgment zone. And we're still willing to talk about it. What I'm saying is that we have carved that time specifically for that. Now we have the ability to move more fluidly into other concepts. So, yeah, I'm Scott. I'll be your host. These are the disclaimers. We're not brokers or advisors. We don't give advice or recommendations. Educational, illustrative purposes only. Let's go look at the platform. Let's answer PJ's question to start things off. Let me get some things going here. I want this, and I want this. I want to minimize this, maximize this, but give it a little room. Here we go. PJ says, if I want to sell an option at a midpoint of bid ask, say 10 minutes after the open, is there a way to do that? No. No, there's not. At least that I'm aware of. That's a heavy ask, right? Because you can set an order to trigger at a specific time. So that you can do. But you have to set either a limit order. Now, that's what you would set in order to set a limit in between the bid and the ask, right? Is you would use a limit order. So if the bid was So say it's an option and it's $3 by $3.20. You're like, hey, I want to sell it $3.10, right in the middle. The problem is you have to be there to designate that. What if it's 25 cents wide? The system can't put it at 12 and a half. So you would have to decide if it's 15 or 10, right? Or even 12 by 13, whatever. I mean, even if you go in there. So, yeah, I don't know what service told you that, but that would be an interesting. I would imagine that we're going to get the ability to do that type of thing with AI soon enough, right? Where you put AI and you just basically go to the AI and you're like, hey, 10 minutes in, I want you to find the mid, and it just is like, it can go do it for you. I think we'll be there in less than 2 years. Hopefully, right? I mean, certainly, is there room for mistakes there? Well, yeah, they're looking at autonomous driving in cars. People don't be, you'll kill somebody with that, but they're still looking to do it. So yeah, we'll have that in our trading. I look forward to it. You guys know I love AI. I will be a lord of some kind, a duke. When AI takes over, I will be known as a friend to AI. I've aligned myself with ChatGPT. I think that will be our AI overlord if I'm putting bets down. So yeah, hedge your bets. Long live ChatGPT. Okay. Let's talk about it. I saw the chats. I don't trust the. Leave it. Yeah. I mean, I have some autonomy. I use the feature that keeps your car a certain distance in cruise control, like 2 car lengths away. Braking. My audio is breaking. Is that what that means? Oh, braking. Yeah. Sorry. Braking. Exactly. It has like an automatic braking if it comes to it. It keeps my lane, and I have all that lane assist. I hate it. I turn off lane assist. It beeps at me. I get all pissed off. I'm like, sometimes I drift. Leave it be. If I want to drift, I'll drift. I do like the dynamic cruise control. That's pretty cool. But it'll get better and better, and pretty soon it'll be driving us around anyway. Yes. But for trading, I'm here for it. Absolutely. What did the market do? Ultimately, it looked great in the morning, and then it gave it all back in the afternoon. That's one of the things we've talked about is how convinced are we? Convincing enough. And then we just got that, love, and it just kind of just sank. But a lot of things held, right? Overall, I still likes what I see. You saw we put an alert out on PLTR. We'd been looking at that one. A couple other services, people had the same. Yeah, of course, it looks good. It's the kind of thing we're looking for. Let's go take a look back because there's going to be trades to talk about. Let's find those, right? Apple. I'm not convinced about that as a breakout. That's a tough one because it's like the stochastic says it's coming down, but it's moving up. Amazon, I like Amazon still quite a bit. 2 days ago when we looked at it, we had put our entry around this level. Now we can put it around this level. Stop is still good there. Target is still good there. So let me see. Let me activate this. Activate. Somewhere around 175. We're in. I actually would not have my stop that far. I would put it below this body and this shadow. That's what I'm looking at right there. there's a good chance that comes out as a dynamic entry, meaning it triggers if it takes that level out as long as it doesn't go too far. Yeah? I like this a lot. I want to hear your thoughts. That's one. And I hope you see my levels and why I have those levels in here. I might actually move this down to make it a little easier. Maybe like right there makes it a little bit easier. So I'm still getting about 1.5 to 1 there and probably 4 to 1 there. Yeah, that looks about right. Or real close to it. Anyone have any questions about what they see on this chart? What are we looking for? We're looking for this higher high, higher low transition to be convincing when it takes this out. Can you wait until the end of tomorrow and then be like, now I'll put it on, rather than get on dynamically? Yes. Yes, you certainly could. Right? Yeah. So you could wait, but the thing is if we get something real good and the market, I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw or not. I'm not. But let's say the market takes off and has a big candle, and at the end of the day, it's up here at 179. You're going to be like, oh man, I missed it. It's too far. I have a great reward to risk if I get in here. What's the risk? The risk is if, like today, it's good in the morning and triggers, and then in the afternoon it sells off, and at the end of the day, you're like, oh, well, I'm not sure, but I still like it. The options trade was a September. What was it? September 31 call. No, it wasn't. Where is it? 32. Sorry. September 20th. So standard September. So I'm like all stalling trying to find it. September 20th, $32 call. I believe the price was like $1.30. I mean, you'd be able to still get into it a little better. It's a little down from the entry. It's valid. It's valid on at any time. It's essentially at this point. But yeah, uploaded image. Got it. Okay. I'm showing 115. But yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, look, these first couple of trades that we're looking at, these are purposefully like we're trying to catch them. Then we'll have a couple of trades where we wait for it to confirm, and we'll put those on. So, yeah, we got to be ready to have it be a little wrong. 136. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay. Let's go back. Amazon, definitely candidate. AXP, overextended. BAC, not as strong, but still viable. BLDR, this one I'm going to wait for a little more confirmation on, but I like it. We'll see what it does if it can make a move. That could be that could be it. The market is waiting for numbers. Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, the market can even overreact. It can react and then come back down. So you got to decide, do I want to put it on the reaction, or do I wait for confirmation? If you wait for confirmation, you might confirm yourself out of the trade if it's a heavy bit of momentum. My choice is a little bit of both. A little bit where I'm getting in, and then some where I wait for it to confirm. Balanced. Grasshopper, Balance. But I do like BLDR. That or Caterpillar is probably my. Nope, I don't like Caterpillar right now. I like BLDR better. Citigroup. But we can have these ready for the outcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're there watching, can we manually? Absolutely. Colgate Palmolive waiting for the consolidation. Chipotle waiting for the consolidation. Costco waiting for the consolidation. I mean, I don't think I need to run through. Like that one, probably not as much. A little bit more there. Costco's viable starting tomorrow, right? Carvana's pulling back. We've got other things setting up. Miguel, still riding? It looks like it's setting up for a new higher high, higher low exchange. Never got a burst of momentum, but it just kept on trying to grind it out. GBTC flat, gold, still holding up near highs. I needed to go fast. Good one. General Motors has almost got the full deep V. Just a little further and it's at 50. Then we're looking for the handle. Google still consolidating, still viable. Home Depot consolidating. We got plenty of things that if it starts to stabilize and move into bullishness next week, we'll have the ability to put some on live, put some on at the end, and put some on next week too. Right? We don't need to be like, I need to hurry. I need to throw them all on at the same time. Ah! Relax. Like Steven is saying, be ready. Have a plan. What's first? What's next? Which ones wait for a little more confirmation? Home Depot doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It's at the bottom of the day from today. Could be 2-3 days away still. Great. Relax on that one. Other ones look like they could be real close. Financials are nowhere near it close. KBH looks like it could be, though. Nice little cup and handle formation. What are we looking for? First the cup? Nope. First the handle, then the cup. Coca-Cola, high, overextended. McDonald's on the menu. Coming back, starting to show the sellers, but they're not doing much. No, you guys didn't like that one? Maybe it's your sense of humor, not my joke. Maybe the joke was great. Maybe you need to work on your sense of humor. I don't know. I'm just saying. What do we have? Cup and handle. Looking for first the handle, then the cup. I'm ready for Meta. I was chomping. I think, Miguel, did you say you bit? I was chomping at the. I was like salivating. I need to take this. And then I just. You know what's funny? I'm gonna credit my daughter. She was up nearby. She had to drive up to do a job shadow thing. So she called and asked if we wanted to go meet for lunch, which basically is, do you want to pay for lunch and then also fill my tank up with gas? I'm like, hell yes, I'll do both. Anyways, I had to hurry and leave. And I think that might have been what prevented me. So, well, I got to give her a little $20 bonus in her Starbucks account or something for that, right? But it still looks good. I mean, I actually don't feel like it would have been a problem. If I bid, I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. But since I didn't, I'm going to wait and see what it looks like. But tomorrow, that looks viable. There's a lot of things that are just like knocking on the door. Not our defensives, though. Not the financials, though. I was thinking about Microsoft, too. Was anyone thinking about this one? You had to be, right? You're like, oh, what's Microsoft doing? Huh? Microsoft? Chips? Oh, Micron's looking real nice there. It was PL. Yeah, Miguel, I'm 100% with you, right? It is expensive. That's a fact. Micron setting up nicely. Netflix is still in that little range. Nvidia, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was 6%, yes. A little above average volume, yes, but sitting on top of the 50. And if you look at Micron's response, really, really negligible, real marginal response. Same thing with TSM. Like TSM was like, I'll go anyway. I don't care. And then it's like, well, maybe not. And not because of NVIDIA, but because of the market. So I think both Micron and TSM are good setups for chip plays. And those are the ones I like. I'll be waiting a little longer for NVIDIA. The Qs, if you like the ETFs, the Qs look fine. TSM looks fine. The dollar got a little back, but way down. What is this telling us? I'll tell you. Let's go look. I think the market's pretty convinced. You can see we're at 2-1. We're only 2.5 weeks away. And when you think about it, we have tomorrow, then we have a long weekend. We have a long weekend. Don't forget, nothing on Monday. Nothing on Monday. Market open's going to get pushed to Tuesday morning. Happy hour's getting canceled for Labor Day. Yeah, no cocktail hour. Well, actually, not with me. I think I'll be driving. I'm heading up. I'll be out all day. But informal happy hour in the meetups room. If anyone wants to get together, just plan it out. But so okay. All right. Steven said he's on. If anyone wants to, let him know. Okay. So, but the point of that being, we got a day and then all of a sudden it's Tuesday. And then it's like 2 weeks away. So this Fed meeting is really coming close. I know you were talking with Glenn about PCE, or at least I thought I heard you talking with Glenn about PCE. We've got some income and spending numbers coming in. And we've got PCE numbers. I mean, here's the deal. If it's at or below, everything is as expected. Even if it's a little bit above, like a 0.1 above, I don't care. It would have to be a pretty nasty surprise. Whoa, what just happened? Boo! I don't know what just happened, but I got booted. I just came back. Can you hear me? That was pretty fast, right? Yeah, that was weird. It just like kicked me off, man. I was like, what just happened? I hope that I didn't curse because the recording kept going. I'm all son of a... Okay, let's see. Where were we? What were we talking about? 2-1 expectations for the Fed. Oh yeah, PCE and the expectations for what we're likely to see with that. My expectation is it's not likely to have an impact without it being a really, really negative, nasty surprise. Okay, sorry, I'm going to get this other application up here. Trying to make sure everything's working. Okay. What else do we have? Income and spending, no expectation there either. All right, let's go look at what the futures are doing first of all right now, just so we have a sense. The futures are up a little bit. You can see 0.15. So we'll see. I agree, Stephen. I agree with that. Let me move this out of the way. Oh. Okay. So of those trades, which ones did we think looked like the most viable to consider? I'm leaning towards Amazon. But I want to hear from you guys. From all the ones that we were looking at that could trigger, which ones do we think looks the best to pop us into a trade? I also think Meta, although it's got a long shadow, I don't know if I would wait that long. And we also have Micron. And we also, I like Micron. And we also have TSM. TSM, like Meta, has a long shadow to contend with. So with those long shadows, I'm a little more inclined to just wait and see if I get like an engulfing that I'm happy with, rather than see if it takes this out intraday. So if I was looking for something a little bit more like ready to jump, I'm going to say Micron and Amazon. Did I hear the latest promise from Harris? 6,000 for all new first-time babies. What about the rest of us that already had our babies and already paid all that money? We get nothing. I want 6,000 for my babies. Maybe that's what spooked the market. Right, PJ? Okay. Let's vote. What do you guys think? Amazon, and let's go consumer, discretionary, or do we go Micron and move more tech? That is the question at hand. I've got one for Amazon. I've got one for Micron. I've got another for Micron. Clint says, wait another week. Amazon. Okay. Amazon. Yeah? Amazon it is. The people have spoken. Today's high was 174.29, 174.60. That seems reasonable, right? Do I have my other... why is it always so slow? Trying to get a platform up. I think I need to restart my computer. Oy vey. All right. I'll use this one then. This drawing tool isn't even working right now, so I'm going to get rid of that too. Man, everything's just kind of not working right. Okay. Stop loss 170.81. I say maybe 170.50. 170.50. Entry. Whoa. Whoa. What did we say the entry was? 174.60. 174.60. Boom. Targets. Still the same, right? 181, 182, and 190. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What do we have here? From a stock standpoint, I'm risking $475. Wait, no, that's not right. I need to move this to 174.60. Nope. 174.60. Bam. Okay. Almost 2 to 1. I would need 820 for 2 to 1, and I'm getting 740. This is just looking at this from a stock perspective. That's all I care about right now. With the stock as my landmarks, as it were. So I have a stop, I have an entry, a stop, I have a take profit target, and I have a primary target. I'm risking 410 to make, this is off 100 shares, risking 410 to make 740. So I don't know what that'd be, 1.8 to 1. Let's see. 740 divided by 410, 1.8. Oh, Scott nailed it. Nailed it. So almost 2 to 1. Remember the goal when we're thinking about a take profit level. I'm definitely 1.5 to 1 to 2 to 1 in that range. That's a good range. If it's 1 to 1, it's like, that's kind of hard to be like, yeah, that's acceptable. You're like 1 to 1, really? For the primary profit target in the market like we have now, ideally 3 to 1, and you can see this one is closer to 4 to 1. So, in fact, you know what? We're going to work on this together. We are going to work on this together. I'm going to get a template. And we're going to get this thing ready for me to put out while it's happening. I'm going to make this. Let's put this thing on. This is AMZN. This is 8:29. Okay. Okay. I don't know why that's there. Delete that. And save that. Okay. What's the symbol here? Amazon. Direction. We are bulls. Entry range. 174.60. I'd say, I wouldn't want it to go any more than $1 above that. Stop range, we said, was 170.50. And I wouldn't go more than $1 below that, 169.50. Yeah, primary target, $190. Is that right? I'm going by memory. Yes. Then the take profit target is 182. Time in trade. I'm just going to put like a standard 7 to 10 days for a swing here. right? We're a little more bullish. 7 to 10 days. We're a little more bullish. Things look pretty good overall. I'm pretty content with that. Let me know if you agree or disagree. What is our reward to risk ratio? Well, I have $1,540 on my gain 410, 3.75 to 1. 3.75 to 1. We're happy with that, right? Happy with that. Volatility index. How do we see these options overall? I mean, they're not the cheapest. Cheapest is down here in the mid 20s, and we're high 20s, but I'm going to say overall more low than not. Right? You thought I was kidding. That's exactly what I'm putting. More low than not. Volatility assessment, lowish. These are all technical terms. They're in the investor's dictionary. Sandy? I'm trying Sandy's patience tonight, apparently. Preferred strategy. I think let's go long calls. I don't need a spread here. I think I can take this 3.75 and even improve it with long calls. That's the challenge. September, maybe. I may start thinking about October, or may even just go like October, 2 weeks past, late September. We'll figure this out. This is where we are now. We've got 6 minutes to just chat through a little bit of that. I don't know if we'll get all the way through. Let's go. Here's the deal. If I go September 20, I've got next week and then a little into the farther, but I don't really like to get into 2 weeks before. So I'm thinking maybe the 4th of October, we should have still good open interest. You can see if I go out of the money, which I'm willing to do. Earnings are on October 31st. Oh, yeah, we'll be nowhere near this thing on October 31st. Yeah, so I'm willing to look at something like this trade right here as an alternative. An October out of the money option. Let's just kick this around and see. Now, right now, I went out a week. That's all of tomorrow and all of next week. What am I saying? That by next Friday, this thing's either working or I'm done. If by the end of next Friday it hasn't started going the right way, I'm not going to keep holding it. That's the point, right? Now, if you remember, when we did, I just want to compare apples to apples first. So I have $410 of risk to get these gains. Now I'm going to do, I want 410 here. Can I get close? 440. That's pretty close, right? That's let's go one less. Let's go 3 contracts. Why would I say to do that? Because even at 3 contracts, instead of making $740, I make $1,100. That's $400 more. For the same risk? No, actually for less risk. I'm only risking $330, not $410. Oh, Scott, I'm intrigued, you say. I know. I'm intrigued too. If it gets to $190, $1,540 if you buy the stock. What if I buy these options? $2,800. Let's go an extra week. Let's say, oh man, we really pushed the limits. Well, now you've got too much. You can't push the limits if you're wrong. You can only push it if you're right. Because even if it takes an extra week, you're still making more. So for the same level of risk, because again, I'm not going to hold it past next Friday if it's wrong. Only if it's already working can I hold longer than that. Does that make sense? That's my parameter. I like this. I like this. I think this has good prospects. What's the risk per trade? So I'm thinking about this one here. By the time it triggers, we'd probably be, let's see how much this thing would have to move. We said our target was 174.60, right? Wait a second. What's going on here? 172. Oh, hold on. Go to today. Okay, what am I doing right now? I'm guessing using the model at what the option will cost when the stock crosses 174.60. This red line, I'm going to move this red line to this hash mark here. That's 174.60. How do I do that? I'm raising the price of the option. Bam. 370. That's approximately what I would actually anticipate paying for this. So yes. Questions about that? Yeah. Okay then. I think we may have ourselves a candidate. Risk per trade is about 135, I would say. Risk per contract. Expiration would be October. October what? 4s. October 4, 24. That's the expiration. And we would be looking at the $180 calls at approximately 370. Bam. That's what it would look like. What are your thoughts on the trigger, the stop, the targets, the time frame? I would actually say we probably would move this more to like 3.5 to 1. Doable. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to look at the futures in the morning. And as long as there's nothing crazy, I'll probably send this thing out about a half hour before the market opens. So you saw it here first. The setup again on TOS. Remember, I'm just kind of playing with it here in the Analyze tab. It's looking a little something like that. I would actually imagine we would probably get in more like there. That's probably a little, I'd say more, actually I'm going to put that 355 is probably more accurate. It's a little harder to assess this. I'm going to leave everything else the same. Okay. All right. Good to see everybody. I felt like we had a good, good chat, talked about some concepts, but also had some good dedicated trading time and logistics. We looked at the stocks. We looked at the options. Hopefully you're seeing how to use this model a little better to help quantify You can see I can make some adjustments. I don't really care about anything but what's in here right like this. Glenn will be on with you tomorrow morning as the market opens. I'll see you tomorrow. Last 45 of the market. Have a great rest of your night. As always, happy trading.